Dijonai Carrington just dropped a bombshell that has the entire basketball world in shock. In a recent podcast, she made a confession about her relationship with Nelissa Smith that no one saw coming. Fans are losing their minds. Was this a slip-up? Or did she just expose something bigger? Let's dive in. But before further proceeding in video, if you're new to the channel, please support by hit that subscribe button for more updates.
I feel like I need to elevate in the same way that, you know, that my paycheck elevated. So,
yeah, we seen that. I seen them zero.
Dijonai Carrington just sent shockwaves through the basketball world with a revelation that no one saw coming. During a recent podcast appearance, she casually dropped a confession that has left fans, analysts, and fellow players absolutely floored. While discussing her relationship with former Indiana Fever star Nelissa Smith, Carrington made a statement that instantly turned a simple conversation into one of the most talked about moments in recent basketball history. The reaction was immediate. Social media exploded, debates ignited, and suddenly, a private relationship became the center of an unexpected controversy. With the WNBA already in the spotlight more than ever, this revelation has only fueled the ongoing discourse about players, their personal lives, and the ever-growing influence of social media on the game.
it'd be that fine line of like, okay, I don't want to feed into it and give them the time of day.
Yeah.
And then it's also like, nah, like,
I gotta say something.
you reached that point, you crossed the line.
The WNBA world is still trying to process what just happened after Dijonai Carrington's shocking admission on the Unapologetically Angel podcast. What began as a casual, lighthearted conversation quickly spiraled into one of the most jaw-dropping moments in women's basketball history. In real time, listeners could feel the shift. One moment, it was just another engaging discussion, and the next, Carrington had set off a chain reaction that no one could have predicted. This wasn't just a headline, it was a full-blown moment in WNBA history, proving once again that the drama off the court can sometimes overshadow the action on it.
You know what, Carrington? Do you and Melissa call yourselves a thing? Y'all call yourselves an item? And I'm like,
You acting stupid. What are you talking about?
Yes, we're talking about the same Dijonai Carrington, who has been at the heart of one of the most high-profile relationships in the one by the same Carrington and Nelissa Smith duo that found themselves under the microscope during the heated Caitlin Clark controversy. And now, this latest revelation has thrown gasoline on an already blazing fire, causing shockwaves throughout the basketball community. Fans, players, and analysts are all weighing in, trying to make sense of what just unfolded. Some are questioning the timing of this bombshell, while others are dissecting every past moment between Carrington and Smith for clues that may have foreshadowed this twist. One thing is certain, Nelissa Smith, whether she likes it or not, is now caught in the crossfire of this rapidly growing media storm, and there's no escaping the fallout.
Not being on the same team, her like speaking up for you, even though she wasn't on the team. Do you feel like it was a
I feel like only this year, honestly.
Yeah.
Because obviously we've been dating for a while and we haven't been teammates in the league at all till now. And I think that we have always spoken out for each other when it got to that point where, like, you know, when you're in a relationship, you see when something really starts affecting the person that you're dating.
Exactly.
Like, and of course you want them to stay focused, but at the end of the day, they're human too.
Yeah.
So that's how it was for me. And I felt like sometimes I just had to say something, like, not even as somebody on a different team, just as her girlfriend.
For those who might not be fully caught up on this unfolding drama, let's rewind for a second. Dijonai Carrington and Nelissa Smith have been one of the most talked about couples in women's basketball for a while now. Their relationship was already a focal point of discussion, but it truly exploded into the mainstream earlier this year when Carrington found herself in the middle of a heated controversy with none other than Caitlin Clark. It all started with a now infamous moment during a game where Carrington appeared to poke Clark in the eye, a seemingly small incident that sparked an absolute firestorm. Fans across the country were instantly divided, with some claiming it was a reckless accident and others believing it was an intentional act fueled by the growing rivalry. The backlash was intense, with debates raging across sports media, social platforms, and even within WNBA circles. Now, with this latest revelation, Carrington has once again found herself at the center of controversy, raising even more questions about her past, her relationships, and her role in the ongoing drama that continues to dominate the women's basketball world. The drama surrounding Caitlin Clark, Dijonai Carrington, and Nalissa Smith just keeps escalating, and fans are completely caught up in the chaos. What started as rumors of locker room tension has now turned into a full-blown controversy, fueled by Carrington's recent statements that left everyone stunned. At the heart of it all is Nalissa Smith, who was not only Caitlin Clark's teammate on the Indiana Fever, but also in a relationship with Carrington. For months, speculation swirled about whether Smith's personal ties to Carrington were creating a divide within the team. The situation intensified when a video surfaced of Smith and Carrington appearing to mock the infamous eye-poking incident. The clip quickly went viral, sparking heated debates over whether Smith was a negative influence in the Fever locker room. Just when it seemed like the controversy was dying down, Carrington went on a podcast and made a statement that immediately reignited the conversation. She openly admitted that she wasn't into girls, but was in a relationship with Smith. Her words left both the podcast host and fans puzzled. The contradiction was impossible to ignore. How could someone claim not to be interested in women while being in a serious relationship with one of the WNBA's biggest stars? The internet wasted no time analyzing every word, and social media exploded with reactions. As the conversation on the podcast continued, Carrington doubled down on her stance. She insisted that Smith didn't have to worry about her being interested in other women. However, she then casually mentioned that Smith might still have to worry about men. This one comment sent shockwaves through the fanbase. Was Carrington suggesting that despite being with Smith, she still had an interest in men? The internet was instantly divided. Some fans defended her, saying love doesn't need labels. Others couldn't get past the contradictions, questioning what this meant for her relationship with Smith. Things took another turn when Carrington shared details about how her relationship with Smith evolved over time. She admitted that they had been on and off for a while, but became more serious when they started gaining attention on social media. She even referred to herself, Smith, and a few other players as the baddies of the WNBA, highlighting how fans were taking notice of them beyond just their skills on the court. Then came another revelation that had fans talking. Carrington was once called into her coach's office over a team-related incident. The day before the meeting, Smith and another player had gotten into trouble. When the coaches addressed the situation, Carrington stepped in to defend Smith, arguing that she shouldn't be grouped with others when assigning blame. This only fueled further speculation about whether Smith's presence was becoming a distraction for the team. The situation escalated when Carrington recounted an incident with her coach. According to her, the day after a game, she was called into the office and directly asked about her relationship with Smith. The coach allegedly questioned if they considered themselves an item, hinting that the team's management was already aware of their connection and possibly concerned about its effect on the team dynamic. Carrington denied any romantic involvement, but her coach wasn't convinced. The conversation took a turn when the coach implied that Carrington's strong defense of Smith on the court the previous day had already exposed their personal connection. As if that wasn't enough, the podcast host introduced another layer to the discussion: team rules. The host brought up a supposed regulation that prohibited teammates from dating, asking Carrington if she was aware of it. In response, she claimed she had never seen that particular rule, and even joked that she had transferred into the team and therefore must have missed that section of the rulebook. Whether she was genuinely unaware or attempting to find a way around it, the comment only added fuel to the growing speculation. The controversy doesn't stop at team policies and private conversations, it reaches into the realm of professional consequences. Reports suggest that Nalissa Smith left the Indiana Fever, passing up a golden opportunity to play alongside rising superstar Caitlin Clark, in order to join Carrington in Dallas. If true, this means Smith made a monumental career decision based on her relationship with Carrington, who now publicly claims she doesn't generally date women, only making an exception for Smith. This revelation shook fans, making many question what exactly Smith gave up for a relationship that Carrington appears hesitant to fully acknowledge. The backlash to Carrington's remarks was instant and brutal, with social media erupting in criticism. One particular TikTok creator's response went viral, calling Carrington out for downplaying her relationship in front of the entire world. He questioned how someone could date a woman, accept her love and devotion, and then publicly state they don't even like dating women like that. The creator passionately addressed Smith directly, asking if she realized what Carrington had just said about her. He pointed out that Smith had given up playing for the Fever, left the buzz of the Caitlin Clark effect, and moved to Dallas only for Carrington to essentially distance herself from the relationship on a public platform. The criticism became even harsher when the creator flipped the situation around. He asked viewers to imagine a scenario where a man was dating a woman, but got on a podcast and said he didn't really like women like that, or vice versa. How would that make the other person feel? His message to Smith was clear. Many had tried to warn her, but now she might be learning the hard way. His entire situation has left fans divided, but one thing is certain: the conversation isn't going away anytime soon. Many believe Carrington's comments disrespected Smith and made their relationship seem one-sided, raising questions about what happens next for the pair. The timing of this controversy is particularly striking, as the WNBA is experiencing a massive surge in popularity, with Caitlin Clark drawing record-breaking viewership. In the midst of this historic moment for the league, off-court drama like this is capturing just as much attention as the games themselves. While fans wait to see if Carrington clarifies her remarks or if Smith responds, the situation continues to fuel debates about relationships, personal authenticity, and career sacrifices. With the spotlight shining brighter than ever on the WNBA, this saga is proving that off-court drama can be just as captivating as what happens on the hardwood.